brothers and sisters. I'm sorry I'm a bit late today, or just on time. I'm Monica, and on behalf of Buddhist Mahavihara, we would like to welcome you back to our weekly Monday night Dharma Dana Sutta study class with Bhante Dr. Chandima. This evening, it would be, I believe, day 47 of the Sutta. Today, it is the final review of the Paṭhamasamajīvī. GV, my sincere apologies. Let me try that again. Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta. And today there will be a deep review on the discussion to ensure everyone understands the discussion between the Buddha and the married couple. And the married couple, Nakula Pitta and Nakula Mata, on marriage, loyalty, and infidelity. Allow me to introduce you to Bhante Dr. Chandima. I'm quite sure a lot of us already know him, but please allow me to introduce him. Just give me a second. Okay. Bhante Chandima is an associate editor of the... can you all hear me? I just realized that maybe you can't hear me. If you can't hear me, put your hand up. Everyone is okay, huh? Okay. So Bhante Dr. Chandima is an associate editor of the Journal of International Buddhist Studies at the Buddhist Research Institute of Mahachulalongkorn Vijayadhala University. Today, I'm not very good with my pronunciation, so my sincere apologies. In Thailand, and a research scholar at the Ronin Institute in USA. His research focused on Theravada Sutta, Abhidharma, and Buddhist ethics. He was formerly the research fellow at the Center for Studies in Religion and Society of the University of Victoria, Canada. His most recent article, The Function and Contemporary Role of Thika Pachakana, Abandoning the Training Rules in the Pali Canon, was published in the Journal of Buddhist Ethics under the Pennsylvania State University Press, USA. His works, I believe you know, it can be accessed via Patisota at blogspot.com. Patisota blog has been ranked 58 globally in the 100 best Buddhist blogs and websites for 2024 as reported by FeedSpot. This evening, just allow me to read out the sponsors: Lau Cheng-Wan, Wong Mi-Fong, T. Leong Yen, Lo Ho Jun, and Liu Mei-rin, and Lau Kim Fai. May everyone enjoy the class. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Monica. Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back. Welcome back to BMV Monday Sutta discussion, day 47. So before we get started, shall we pay respect to the Lord? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Right, today will be our final review about the sutta, which we have been discussing for the last 2 Mondays almost, 2 Mondays. Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta. I hope that you may have seen a couple of notes today. First day, second day, and then the third day was just a, amalgamation of the three notes, and I added another note, which is about the benefit of not cheating on each other, which I totally extracted from the end of the sutta. Okay, the end of the sutta, which we'll be discussing today. You will see. Are there any benefits for not cheating on each other, or is it just a normal thing? Just have to embrace the conditions, modern conditions, or is it not a big thing? It's not a big deal. So we are looking at these aspects from the Buddhist perspective. Buddhist perspective is very important. So then we will be looking at the benefits of not cheating on each other with the stanzas at the end of the sutta. That's the plan today. At the same time, once we've done that, we're going to go through the whole suttas as a summary, probably as a review. That's the plan. Okay, so let me take the sutta over here. This must be a bit easier to show the both sides, probably. Or perhaps we can take our own translation for the text. Might be easier too. Okay. All right. So we studied until the end of number 6 over here, where we understood that the Buddha said, yes, it would be possible for a couple like you, Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita, to be reborn in a next life together, as long as the both have 4 qualities. What are the 4 qualities which the Buddha asks, which the Buddha mentioned that your wish to be reborn together will be possible for Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita. And this is also a great teaching for anybody else who would like to be reborn together in the same way. So in particular for Nakula Mata, first one is equal trust, sama, saddha. First quality. Second quality is sama, sila, equal discipline. Third quality is equal generosity, sama, charity. The fourth quality is equal panya. I would say equal wisdom, sama panya. So these are the 4 qualities that are important for anybody who would like to be, any couple who would like to be reborn. I think I created some questions before we get to the text. Perhaps we will finish this part and then go to the question. It's easy, I think. Start from number 7, number 8, number 9, these 3 stanzas. Okay, these are primarily about the benefits of not cheating. Now, this couple, they both tell the Buddha that we have not cheated on each other. Now the Buddha is saying the benefits of not cheating. Normally, most of the people who might understand this from a different perspective. Why am I a woman? Why am I a man? Will I be a man in my next life too? Will I be a woman in my next life? Will I be a trans gender person in my next life? Will I be XYZ people? Why? Why am I a man? Why you are this? Yes, we are. We would like to see we are equal. Yes, as humans. But why? Are there any connections to Dhamma practice? Is it because I sexually misconducted in my previous life? I became this and that. Somebody might think about this. But we are not going to touch that area. It's a little bit sensitive area. We don't want to touch that area because we would like to respect everyone's gender, the gender that they would like to identify. But we would like to look at something interesting over here. What is interesting over here is what are the benefits of not cheating on each other in this life and in the next life. Let's take a look how it works with the stanzas. Ubho saddha vadannucha sanyata dhammajivi te honti jani patayu anyamanya piyanva. Very interesting. Ubho means both. Pali, Ubho means both. Saddha vadanyucha sanyata dhammajivi. Now both wife and husband, they are having these qualities. Now, actually, these are the same qualities that we learned a while ago, maybe a couple of weeks before. They have taken this way. Saddha means they both have saddha. What saddha they have? Saddha. What saddha do they have? The saddha about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, or saddha about each other. Now, saddha has many meanings. Every Pali word has two meanings. That is interesting. Every Pali word, one is literal meaning, other meaning is contextual. Literal meaning and contextual. Contextual. Every Pali word. How do we understand that? Now take a Pali word. You can pick up any Pali word. Let's say the Pali word Malika. Malika. What does Malika mean in Pali? So this word must have two meanings. Literal meaning, contextual meaning. Every word, every Pali word has these two meanings. What's the literal meaning of Malika? What does Malika mean? Flower, one of the flowers. What flower is that? Jasmine flower. Malika means jasmine flower. That is the literal meaning. And the contextual meaning of Malika is it's not jasmine. Why did the Buddha use Malika in his Dhammapada stanzas, other sutta stanzas? He was using this Pali word, this flower, to say that all the perfumes, all the scents, all the fragrances are taken away by the wind. When the wind comes, blows, our your perfumes and all those things, they are taken away by the wind. They are not going against the wind. But the Buddha says when someone practices sila, discipline, when someone practices dana, meditation, and all these good qualities, they are creating a spiritual scent, fragrance. That fragrance goes up, goes against the wind. That is taken by jasmine flower. Now take jasmine. So the fragrance of jasmine, we are understanding it as a metaphorical, that someone is very disciplined, a very good person. this person's goodness, this person's good character is creating a popularity, a recognition. That recognition is equal to the jasmine flower, which is going against the wind. All the flower fragrances are going with the wind, not going against the wind. In that way, you understand. Even the Pali word Mallika has two words. Another Pali word. Let's take another Pali word. Any Pali word. Even if you take sati, S-A-T-I is sati. What does sati mean? Sati initially means memory. Memory. But when you take it to the contextual meaning, you say, no, sati is mindfulness. Satipatthana. So how do we understand that? We have to learn that particular contextual meaning of sati. Right? So what I want you to understand is every Pali word carries two meanings. One is literal meaning, while the other one is the contextual meaning. Now here Saddha does not mean confidence, trust about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. That doesn't have a big bearing in a relationship. It has when you respect the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, yes. But initially, the confidence, the trust which can lie between a couple is none other than the trust that they have been investing without making mistakes in their life. That is their trust. You know, when one of them is to make a mistake, things go in a different way. You know, you kind of like lose the trust. You don't believe that much, and you are not happy. You know, there are things you are holding on to, right? So here now the Buddha says, yeah, it's a couple. Now, Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita, or anybody, any couple, they are mutually developing trust of each other. That means they are very disciplined, understanding each other, very no to minimum insecurities. Actually, that is very important, right? In a relationship, in a marriage, if you are not able to communicate properly, I think that will be the biggest issue in your relationship. Communication is the key. Only by communicating, you are creating a lot of trust. Okay, I understand you. And you understand me. That's right. What will say? Until now, you don't understand me. People are making that statement. It's been 20 years now. You don't understand. You don't know how to read my expressions. Big issue, right? Why? There's no how to understand you without communicating with you. You don't want to talk to. And then if you're gonna talk, then you like go mad very fast. You become angry very fast. So how to talk to you? So that is a big issue. So how to create trust? It is only by communicating and then understanding, having that connection. So the Buddha here says, there is a couple, including Nakula Mata and Nakula Pita, whose trust is very good, saddha. Vadanyucha. Vadanyucha means? Vadanyucha. This is connecting to last line. Anya manyam piyang vada. Addressing each other. Anya manyam means each other. Piyang vada means pleasant words. Vadanyu, addressing each other with pleasant words. Very interesting. Nobody is picking up on each other. They all pick on each other. Always talk very nice, pleasant words. Then if you look at a lot of concerns, complaints which people say, you know, I can't talk nice words to him or her. Things have messed up already. They have their own ways of expressing those things. It is not things have messed up. They don't know how to break their ice at that point. It is very important to talk nicely to anybody, not even to your loved ones. Have a character, build up your good vocabulary all the time. This could be different from one culture to another culture, one country to another culture. Create a character where you bring up lots of nice good words, but understanding who the other person is. When you talk good words, there are moments where other people trying to take advantage from you. This guy is, should be somebody we can harm. Such a very vulnerable person. You have to understand, you have to know how to talk nice pleasant words anywhere by understanding who the audience is onto you. And also there are people, when they were very nice, pleasant to other people, they had some bad experiences with others. And now they are saying, no, from today, I'm not going to be nice, pleasant to anyone. So simple. Unwise idea, just because somebody was bad to you, why you are going to stop your good character? It's only one person, two person, some of them, but there are a lot of good people out there. You can't stop being a good person. Continue to become a good person. So always keep up your good, cool character, nice character anywhere you go. That starts from your relationship. Right? Sometimes, if a husband is not respecting the wife, he might talk in the same way to another woman. Isn't it? He might think this is also another woman, like my wife. Vice versa. If a wife is not respecting her husband, she might talk in the same way. Even boyfriend, girlfriend, woman. So that is very important. Talking to each other with nice, pleasant words is very, very important in this, what do you call, Sutta. And then, Paṭhamasamajīvī. Sanyata means, Sanyata, we discussed that in many other classes. Sanyata means you are a very calm person. Calm person. Right? How to become a calm person? Is it very difficult for us to become a calm person? It is not difficult for us to become a calm person. Why there are people who are always boiling with different other perceptions? So they are mostly in the past. They are trying to blame them. They are trying to relate things to other people in the past. Right? Most of them are living in the past. Right? So we don't have to do that. We should always understand whatever happened in my past, I'm living now, so I need to take care of my senses, my eyes, my ears, my nose, tongue, body, mind. It is not difficult if you know the right way. How to calm our senses? We have to understand that when we cannot live without the external objects. Sense media, they are coming to us all the time. What are they? Sights, images, then sounds, smell, taste, then touch, thoughts. They are continuously coming to our senses. So we have to empower our senses, our eyes, our ears, our nose, our tongue, our body, and our mind, not to become vulnerable to these sense media. We have to empower us. We have to make our senses stronger. How is it going to relate to a couple? When there is a couple, when you are a couple, when you are in a relationship, when you are in a marriage, then you know there are a lot of temptations that can come to you anytime. But if you have a very good trust, if your Samasaddha is very strong, you have a Samasila, discipline is very strong, no temptation can take you. Even it is not a temptation for you. Normally, there are people who might say, this is also a temptation. This is also a temptation, because you are such vulnerable. But if you are a strong person in terms of your discipline and your saddha, you don't even call, is this a temptation? No, I don't think so. You are so strong. You have already empowered your life. You are in that stage. That's why the Buddha says, now this couple, they are on one side having minimum or minimal insecurity, probably no to minimal insecurities. And they are trusting each other. And they are talking to each other with very nice, pleasant words. Right? I mean, this is a very interesting thing. You know that, sometimes you might have heard that certain couples, they are unleashing their unhappiness, dissatisfaction on each other. Even other neighbors can hear their dissatisfaction, frustration. They think that the more they raise their voice, the faster their questions will be solved. Right? It won't happen just because you talk louder. Maybe they are thinking that this is how they can make their problem as a big matter to the other person, right? It is also a problem with the communication, not talking each other very well. And then over time, the problem will become a big issue to them. So anyways, at this point, what we understand is they both are calmed in their senses. Not even that. Dhammajīvino. Dhammajīvino means they are living according to the Dhamma. What is the Dhamma to a couple? Dhamma to a couple is a life with all these good qualities. Samasaddha, samasila, samachaga, samapanya is their Dhamma life. Te honti janipati. Janipatiyo means ubho janipatiyo. Janipatiyo means a couple, husband and wife. So they both, husband and wife, they have a lot of trust. Vadanyu, anyamanyam piyangadawa. They are addressing each other with nice, well-spoken, pleasant words, and they are very calm, and they are living overall a Dhamma-friendly life. You can see over here. Both husband and wife are endowed with trust. They are generous self-control and living their lives righteously, addressing each other with pleasant words. So this generosity is implied over here with Dhammajīvī. Right? It's pretty clear. And then the next stanza, these are benefits coming up. Attha sang pachura honti, pa sukang upajayati, amitta dummana honti, ubinnang sama silina. Attha sang pachura. Attha means here, I would say, benefits. It could be wealth. It could be all the benefits. Pachura honti, many. Benefits become many. Pasukang upaja. Pasukang means ease, at ease. Pasukang means at ease. Upajayati, dwell. They dwell easily. Many benefits accrue to them. Many benefits come to them. I think we should discuss about what are the benefits that can accrue to a couple when they have these samasaddha, samasila, samachaga, samapanya. Most of the benefits that come to a couple this way are things that are helping them to be happy. It is not just the money. Money could come definitely, but most of the benefits that come to them is a happy, comfortable life. Minimum arguments, almost no arguments, minimum to no arguments, minimum to no frustrations, minimum to no downtimes, right? Because they have a very good connection to each other. So then a lot of things can happen. Sometimes when people don't talk to each other for many days, many weeks because of their issues, many months, years, a lot of benefits are going away from them because of that couple's inefficiency, ineffectiveness in their relationship. So when the both are working on these four, a lot of benefits are coming to them. Because of their being together as a couple and they discuss together, plan together, that can create lots of emotional benefits. They are very important. Now, one thing is that when you have an argument with that kind of a person, relationship, you can't even sleep sometimes, isn't it? The sleep will not come to you because you've been thinking that you've been investing in that person for many years. Now this person has been going to be changed. I don't know how to fix this issue. So what's going to happen to you? that issue can cost your sleep. That issue can cost your work life. A lot of things will be costed because of this issue. That's why it is said that when the Samasaddha, Samasila, Samachaga, Samapanya qualities are really working among between a couple, between two people in a relationship, then a lot of emotional benefits will come to them. They are happy. They can even involve with other very good things very easily. If not, you are creating a lot of dukkha, right? Then you are creating an additional amount of dukkha. At that point, there are people who are going to say, you know what, life is suffering. You are not talking about your incompetency about how to handle this issue. Right? Yes. So it is better to stick to these four. And then amitta. Who are amitta? Mitta. Who are the mitta? Mitta means friends. Huh? Now here amitta. A before. Amitta means enemies. Maybe people who are not liking you. Everybody has those kind of people. Huh? Amitta. So amitta means enemies. Dumbanahon. Their enemies are saddened. Are there people who are happy when a couple is not doing really well? At that time in India, there must have been people like that. When they are arguing each other, when they are not doing really well, probably there are people who have some issues in their life. They are happy about what is happening to them. But when you are really working towards your relationship, and then these enemies are going to be saddened, and this can happen. Actually, when we understand this sutta in our modern context, we don't have to worry about this part. But this was given according to the Indian society. Then, ubinnang sama silina, because both are in the same virtue. Both have virtue, sila. Both have sila in the same way. Right? We can also understand that the Indian society at that time of the Buddha, there were a lot of issues that have been going to different families. And we understand that when there is a couple who's doing very well, and that kind of a couple is such a very blessing to other people. So there were others who might have been jealous about this couple. And then when a couple is doing really well, that was a blessing they are creating. That's why he said that that kind of a couple is only visible only when they have sila. Sila here means, what is the sila for a couple? Initially, we discussed that earlier. What is the sila for a couple? Not cheating on each other. That is the sila for a couple in the first place. Then there are 5 precepts and other precepts. But initially, this is the main sila for them. Right? There might be somebody who is not killing, who is not stealing, who is not lying, and who is not doing the 5th precept. But that person might be doing the 3rd issue, 3rd precept. So for a couple, the sila is going to be not cheating on each other, which we discussed last month. Okay, what is to be understood here is that when the 4 qualities, equal trust, equal discipline, equal generosity, and equal wisdom are going to work between 2 people in a couple, that couple is creating a lot of emotional benefits. And normally, I would like to say that as an emotional benefit, because we are living with other people, especially in your relationship, you are living with emotional aspects. When they are not going really well, then things might be not really working well on it. So that happiness will be created by practicing. At the same time, about enemies, we don't have to have enemies, but there may be people who you might not know, and you know what's going to happen to them because you have a lot of sila between two. That's the 8th stanza, and the last stanza is going to be very interestingly. Ida dhammang charitwana samasilabhata ubo nandino devalo kasmin modanti kama kama. This is a very interesting stanza. Ida dhammang charitwana. Charitwana means having behaved or practiced, you can see over here. Dhamma. That means now when a couple they are going to practice this form, that means they are in the Dhamma practice. Then what happens? That Samasilabhata, again the Buddha mentions Samasila. Why? Why he mentions Samasila all the time? Not Samasaddha, Samachaga, Samapanya. It is very important to have Samasila in the first place. Samasila means not cheating on each other. That's very important. If there is any cheating on each other, then Samasaddha, Samachaga, Samapanya, they're not going to work really well. So what is going to happen is that now having practiced Dhamma in this way, with the Sila, Nandino Deva Lokasmi, they will be reborn in a Deva world. Deva world. There are 6 Deva worlds. Chatu Maharajika, Yama, Tavatinsa, Kusita, Nimmana Rati, Paranimita Vasana. 6 worlds. They will be eligible to be reborn in one of the Deva worlds. Modanti Kama Kamino. These are very important. Kama Kamino means enjoying Modanti. They are happy. They are happy. Why they are happy? Kama Kamino. Kama means sensual pleasures. Kamino means enjoy. You can see over here the translation. Having practiced the Dhamma here, the same means Sila and observances, delighting after death in a Deva world, they rejoice, enjoying sensual pleasure. That means Kama Kamino. If Buddha didn't ask the people not to enjoy sensual pleasures, how come he's mentioning these things? He says that you have to enjoy your karma, but you need to understand your limits. That is up to you. He said you should not enjoy your karmas to a point of infatuation. Infatuation. Never become infatuated with your karmas. Okay? What is the infatuation? Now, you know, there are people when they enjoy their sensual pleasures, they don't know where to stop. They don't know their parameters of their karmas and they are doing harm to other people and they are harming themselves. That is going to be a problem in their karmas. Enjoy karmas, but understand your limits. Create a safe space for your karmas. But Buddha never said, don't enjoy karmas. That is a misunderstanding. That is for the monks. That's for the monks and nuns. That is for them. Because they are in a different form of life. But for the lay people, see, Buddha clearly says, let's go and see again. Ida dhammang charitwana samasilabhata. Having practiced Dhamma this way, especially with equal discipline, Nandino Deva Lokasmi, by enjoying the Deva worlds, more than delight in Kama Kamino, sensual pleasures. Delighting, enjoying the sensual pleasures. Now we know in many suttas like Sakkapanya Sutta. Sakkapanya Sutta is, if you can look it up on the internet, you can see Sakkapanya Sutta is Digha Nikaya number 21. This sutta. Sakka and Panya. Sakkapanya Sutta. Digha Nikaya number 21. Okay. This sutta clearly mentions how we are supposed to understand the Deva worlds actually. Now, because I'm connecting to Devas, because finally what the Buddha told this couple, Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita, was that you will be reborn, you may be reborn in Deva world and then enjoying karmas. What is the level of karmas? What is the kind of the karmas that Devas are enjoying? Because you always do your prayers for the Deva, isn't it? And you have many Devas. Some Devas you can't even memorize their names, right? Lots of Devas. So, why are you praying for them? You think their life is better than you, isn't it? If it is a better life, then better to know what they are doing. Now, we are going to look at Deva's life a little bit, comparing to our human life at this point. This sutta is the example a little bit. Sakkapanya Sutta. Sakka means the head of the Deva world. It's called Sakka. Sakka, God or Mahadeva or Indra, wanted to see the Buddha. But he understood that I cannot go see the Buddha because he is very busy. So he called upon another Deva, Gandhabba Deva. What kind of Deva is that? Gandhabba Deva. There are many Devas. Yakka Deva, Gandhabba Deva, right? Many Devas. This Gandhabba Deva, Yakka Deva, they are living in the Chatu Maharaj, the first heaven. And then Gandhabba Devas are musicians. They are very much into musics, playing instruments and all. Perhaps if you are a musician, instrumentalist, you perform things, you may have a chance to be reborn as a Gandhabba. Interesting, right? So, Sakka Deva Sakka called upon one Gandhabba Deva. He has a purpose of inviting him to come. His name is Panchasika. His name is Panchasika. Panchasika. Okay? It's a Gandhabba Deva. Gandhabba Deva. Okay. Why? Gandhabba Devas can be used to entertain someone. So he called upon this Panchasika and then told Panchasika, I can't go see the Buddha. You go first, you entertain the Buddha. Tell the Buddha that I would like to come and see. And he went. Panchasika went to see the Buddha. And then he first sang a song with his, he has a different veena. He sang about the Buddha quality, the Buddha's qualities. And then he sang about the Dhamma's quality. And then he sang about the Sangha's quality. And then he sang about the girlfriend's qualities. Very interesting. It's a love poem actually in the Sakkapanya Sutta. Right? Let's go and see this sutta a little bit. One day we can discuss. Okay, Sakkapanya Sutta. Hope I can share it to you here. Okay, Sakkapanya Sutta. You can see it's over here. Digha Nikaya 21, Sakka's questions. After hearing a love song from a god of music, Gandhabba Deva, the Buddha engages in a deep discussion with Sakka on the conditioned origin of attachments of the. At one time, the Buddha was staying in the land of the Magadhans, where east of Rajagaha, there is a Brahmin village named Ambasanda, north of which on mountain Vediyaka is Indrasala's king. At that time, Sakka grew eager to see the Buddha. He thought, where is the Buddha at present? Seeing the Buddha was at Indrasala cave, he addressed the god of the 33, and then he found out Panchasika. And Sakka addressed Panchasika. Dear Panchasika, the Buddha is staying in the land of the Magadhans at Indrasala cave. What if we were to go and see the Buddha? Yes, replied the Panchasika. Taking his arch harp. This is an interesting, what do you call, veena. Probably we're going to see his veena here. Panchasika's veena. This is the Panchasika Deva. You can see he has a harp, Deva Panchasika. This is a Thai statue. Anyways. And then the Sakka went at the head of retinue consisting of the gods. And then what happened? Then Panchasika was addressed again, my dear Panchasika. It is hard for one like me to go near the Buddha while they are on a retreat practicing meditation. But if you were to charm the Buddha first, then I could go to see him. This means Sakka wants him to go entertain the Buddha. Yes, Buddha, replied Panchasika, taking his harp made from the pale timber of the wood apple. He went to Indasala. When he had drawn near, he stood to one side, thinking, this is neither too far nor too near, and he will hear my voice. Panchasika's songs. Actually, what is happening here is very interesting. Standing to one side, Panchasika played his harp, sang these verses on the Buddha, the Dhamma and Sangha, and their sensual love. The translation goes by what he said to his girlfriend. Her name is Surya Vachasa. You can see here. O Bhatta Surya Vachasa, my sunshine, I pay homage to your father Timba, through whom was born a lady so fine to fill me with the joy I never knew. They are all about this Surya Vachasa. You can see here. We're going to go down because of the timing issue. Okay. If Sakka were to grant me one wish as Lord of the 30 and 3 Tavatinsa, my Buddha, you are all I would wish for. So strong is the love in me about you. Like a freshly blossoming sultry is your father, my lady so wise. I pay homage to him, bowing humbly, whose daughter is of such kind. You can see they are all about his relationship with her. You can see here. Okay. After this, see. Okay. After this, the Buddha addresses him. When Panchasika had spoken, the Buddha said to him, Panchasika, the sound of your strings of your veena blends well with the sound of your singing, so that neither overpowers the other. So when did you compose these verses on the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, Arahants, and sensual love? All right. The rest is not relevant here at this point. What does the Buddha say here? Buddha was listening to his singing and then playing the veena, and he appreciated. He never said you should not praise about your girlfriend. Right? So Buddha looks at sensuality in a bit different way than you learn from normal books. Sensual love, when developed so much, can give us a lot of problems. That is true. We all understand. Infatuation, then some people become insane about the pleasures. But sensual pleasures are necessary for a layperson. Layperson should understand how to develop to a level that he or she is not going to be infatuate. That's why even the Deva come to see the Buddha. Buddha never said, don't do this, these are all impermanent stuff. Right? He said, I understand. I understand what you wish for your girlfriend. Surya Vachasa. Buddha not even said that. He said, when did you compose this poem for Surya Vajjasa? Then he said, long time ago, when you and I had a connection. See. But when did you compose these verses on the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, Arahants, and your Surya Vajjasa? This one time, sir, when you were first awakened, you were staying in Uruvela at the banyan tree on the bank of Neranjara River. And at that time, I was in love with a lady named Bhante Surya Vajjasa, Sunshine, the daughter of Saint King Timbaru. But the sister desired another. It was the name Sikandi, Matali's son. All right. He wanted to fall in love with Surya Vajjasa, but Surya Vajjasa, like, not me, the son of your driver, Sakka's driver, Matali. It didn't work. Now what's happening here is that since I could not win that sister by any means, I took up my harp to Timburu's home where I played those words. Actually, what he did was that he made this love poem. He's asking Buddha, is it a good one for me to go and then do it? Very interesting, right? Because Buddha was impressed and he's asking, when did you compose these love poems? At that time, when you first awakened, long time ago, right? So, not even that. You can just read one more line probably. When I finish, Surya Vajjasa said to me, dear sir, I haven't personally seen the Buddha, but I did hear about him when I went to dance for the Tavatimsa. Since you extolled the Buddha, let's meet up today. That's when I met up with the sister, but we haven't met since, right? So Panchasika is exchanging pleasantries with the Buddha. Anyway, so this story clearly tells us how the Buddha is looking at karma. Not even the karmas of the Deva, but also the karmas of a lay couple. So you need to, once again, I wanted to reiterate, you need to understand what the Buddha said for the lay people. That's why I picked up this sutta as well. All right, that's enough for that part. Now, before we go to the whole sutta, I want to go for the notes I made today, right? Once again, and then we go back to our notes for the last week. Okay, this is the one. Benefits of not cheating. This is what we did today. Anyamanyang piyang vada. You can see this one we discussed. Anyamanyang means each other. All interactions will focus on both partners, pleasant behavior and words. Piyang vada. The couple gets all they want because of their dedicated. What I meant was emotional benefits. Emotional benefits. And these are very important in our life. Right? Even an animal can go crazy when they are not emotionally properly addressed. So emotional happiness is very important. Sometimes we are not getting that, but at least we understand each other by talking. And then they live happily. Amita Dummana Hunti, their enemies will get discouraged and downhearted. And Nandino Deva Lokasmin Modanti Kamkamino, after they have treasured every moment of this life, they will be reborn together in heaven following them. I think these are the things we discussed through number 7, 8, 9. And then we are going to see the notes for the last week, just in a very concise way. Okay. 46. The most significant thing from this sutta section, this area, is that you should never cheat even with your thoughts. Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita would stick to them without cheating, even in their thoughts. Questions. Why is it necessary to avoid cheating in a relationship, according to Paṭhamasamajīvī? Why? This really helps you to navigate your Dhamma journey with someone. And I believe that you are not going to be with someone who you don't think that can help you, right? Let's say you understood that, but if you are not cheating on that person, that can help your Kalyana Mitta friendship go along, continue. And then, why does the Buddha say that not cheating not cheating is a sign of is a steady practice of the Dhamma. Why does the Buddha say that not cheating on each other is important in continuing your Dhamma practice? Why? Because it is a part of your 5 precept. At the same time, when you are not doing that, you can create a specific bond with the other person, Kalyana Mitta person, a relationship that can help you grow really well. Right? So you have to give some attention to that part. I know what is happening normally is that when they are having issues, they are going to isolate the person in the relationship and then finding Kalyana Mittas from outside the family. This is what happens. But why? What if that the Kalyana Mitta is your better half? That could be a very beneficial thing then. Right? If you can build up that thing, things can be very interesting, very easy. That's why the Buddha said it's very important for a continuous Dhamma practice. In what part of the akusala does cheating fit in? Which akusala is the cheating? Kamesamichachara is number one. This. And then not being honest. It is an akusala. Right? Buddha said in many places. Sakko, uju, suju, uju, suju. In the Metta Sutta, Buddha says that even you cannot practice metta when you are not honest about your people. So it is a part of Kamesamichachara and also to other. The world we live in now has changed the ways people cheat, conditions and ways of cheating. In this day and age, how can someone stay honest without cheating? Very interesting, right? There are a lot of opportunities for people to cheat. Then how not to cheat? If you really have this understanding that you are not supposed to, then you are making every effort not to, so that you are not going to make that happen. Whatever the conditions that are arising in your life, easy conditions, opportunities, but you know what to do. You know how to behave. You are not going to value about the temptation. You are not going to value about the opportunity. What you are saying is not taking that opportunity as an opportunity is my practice. And you are trying to look at that way. So it's possible. What is the response to someone who believes that cheating is acceptable in today's world, despite these teachings about the necessity of not cheating? Well, I mean, we are here to learn the Buddha's teachings. We are not here to accept the modern conditions, all the modern conditions. So we want to understand what the Buddha said. So we have a way to practice this. That is what we've been discussing today. We know the larger, broader context of this. Can a couple be reunited in the next life if they don't cheat? Yes. That is yes. Right? That is what Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita will be going through. Right? They are going to really reunite. And then, what are the 4 qualities that both people in the relationship need to work on for these things to happen? What are the 4 qualities? Samasaddha, Samasila, Samachaga, Samapanya. Samasaddha means equal trust. How to do it? By understanding each other, by communicating, by have a very good communication. Understanding more about each other. Sometimes communication happens, but there is no understanding. Second is Samasila. Samasila means keeping an equal discipline. You are practicing your sila, not cheating on it. You are doing everything possible not to make that happen. Then Samachaga. You are becoming a generous person equally to the other person. You may come from a very different family. A lot of qualities that we are having today, they are coming from our family backgrounds, normal, environmental family background. Some qualities, they come from past life, right? Not from our mother, not from our father. But whatever happens, whatever the format that our qualities are coming from, we don't mind that source. What we are minding is that whether I can be equally generous, Let's say that both don't have a generosity, then they have to invest in generosity. Both might not be generous enough. At that point, they have to discuss that we need to be generous. What is generosity here, which we discuss? Sacrifice, commitment, compromises. They are the generosity for a couple. You can also think about giving some dana, generosity, right? They are also included. But mostly, they have to be generous between each other. That is sama. Samapanya means equal wisdom. That means both are going to plan their life. Both are going to think beyond the knowledge part, beyond the rationalization part. Sometimes there are people, they are very knowledgeable people. They are very intellectuals. But sometimes Dhamma cannot be understood simply by intellectualizing, simply by rationalizing everything happening, simply by the knowledge. You need a wisdom that goes beyond knowledge, beyond intellect, beyond rationalization. That is called wisdom. Think beyond, right? So they are planning. So these are the 4 qualities that couples must work on. I understand this may be a lifetime journey, right? Because not in one day they are going to make it. Finally, why do the 4 qualities have to be comparable between the partners? Very interesting. In a world full of self-centeredness, how does equality in qualities work? Nowadays, we understand, even if you take a new couple, they are mostly on their individual part. My money, your money, my thing, your thing. Even other couples sometimes. How does equality work in qualities? They would like to practice equality in terms of money and property and everything, timing. What about qualities? Do you think that a couple would like to practice qualities similar, comparative? What do you think? Very interesting. Actually, that is also a part of samachāra. There is one understanding. I think my sacrifices for my XYZ person is not enough. That's why all these problems are generating in my life. That's why he's doing like this. That's why she's like this. Maybe I have to compromise a little bit. Maybe the person who is not doing anything might be changed at that point. See? So always, it is very important to bring the level of the practice of the qualities to a certain level that can go in tandem. Otherwise, what's happening is that there is one person who is compromising, the other person is not compromising. Then that relationship is going to be a exhausting relationship. Always you feel pain. The wife feels that I'm a housemaid in my house. You might bring money, but you put me as a housemaid. Don't put me as a housemaid. At least you don't appreciate what I'm doing in my house. Right? And maybe the man might be called as in, your only thing is bring money. I'll take care of everything. You are the breadwinner. You are the money maker, money bringer to the house. That's it. The rest of the things will be taken. We are not going to scale up people this way. You are not supposed to do that. We have to appreciate everybody, especially in your life, in relationships, in marriages, all the time appreciate the other person. That way, these misunderstandings, these minimal or different types of insecurities can be sorted out fast. Otherwise, when we are not appreciating the other person, there are a lot of insecurities that are being incurred over time. This could be the reason for any potential cheating as well. Appreciation is very important. That's why this comparable level is important. See over here, why do the 4 qualities, as you can see here, samasaddha, samasila, samachara, have to be comparable between the partners? It's good. It won't happen in one day. They are trying each other coming to a certain level. maybe one person is not practicing in the same way like the other person, and the other person might not be practicing the same way like the other one. It doesn't matter because we are differently good. Another problem in many among many Buddhist practitioners is that they are going to see good things in other people in the same way how they practice. We don't have to do that. There are different people who are practicing good things differently. So this idea should go to a couple. So let's say husband should understand, boyfriend should understand, wife should understand, girlfriend should understand, partners should understand. He's a good person, but in a different. I have to understand. She's a good person, but not in my way, in her own way. We don't mind about that own way, but we mind is that whether she or he is doing something for this relationship. That is where the comparison, equality has to be invested. All right, so that's all about the questions, and we are going through the sutta one more time. Just to do a review, very brief review, and letting you ask some questions. Last time, okay. Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta. Paṭhama means, once again, same, or maybe you can say first. Samajīvī means living together. Okay, there are a couple other suttas second. And you understand that the sutta was given at Bagger's country, at a place called Susumaragiri, Besakala, forest of Besakala, deer sanctuary, and then a place called Susumaragiri. And I want to ask you, what is Susumara? I explained to you that day, 2 weeks back. Susumara means a crocodile. Susumara, a crocodile. It is said that when the city was being built, a crocodile made a cry. And then people gave a name to the city called Susumara Giri. Giri means sound. Susumara is a crocodile. Right. And then what happened? One day when the Buddha was staying there, Buddha wanted to go to the house of Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita. We have no problem in understanding why the Buddha went there, because this couple was mother, father to the Buddha for 500 lifetimes. So Buddha had a very good friendship with this couple, this Dayaka family. And then what happened? Both of them approached the Buddha, respected the Buddha, bowed down to the Buddha, and then Nakula Pita then started talking. What do you think, Dhamma folks? Is this a setup by them? This is not a setup. This was an impromptu situation because they never wanted to see like this to me. Buddha came to their house, and then they respected the Buddha. And then Nakula Pita started talking to them. Bhante, ever since I married to her, I have never thought about any other person other than her. And then what happened? At the same time, after Nakula Pita, Nakula Mata also said the same thing. Nakula Mata Pipo Gahapatani, Bhagavantang Etadavucha, Yatoham Bhante, Nakula Pituno Gahapatissa, Dahara Seva Dahara Anita. I came here at a very young age. Nabijanami, I don't know. Nakula Pitarang Gahapatang Manasapi Aticharita. I have not even transgressed, thought about any man other than Nakula Pita, even in a single thought. A very ideal couple. Kuto Panakayana, what about my body? My body is so calm, and I have put my body under sense management, sense restraint. Ichayama Mayang Bhante, Ditte Chevadhamme, Anyamanyang Pasitum, Abhisamparayan Chanyamanyang Bhante. Not even I would like to be with him for the rest of my life. I also would like to be reborn with him. Right? This is such a pleasant something that somebody told the Buddha. We never hear from other couples like this in today's world. I remember one monk was asking a question in a Sri Lankan temple back in Canada. I remember he was asking a question, not from this sutta. Who would like to be reborn with your other person in the next life? So there was no raising the hands almost, because people think differently. When they understand Buddhism, they think, no, we cannot even think about the next life with the person. This is one issue. On the other hand, they are not happy to be reborn together. But here we understand from an original sutta, early Buddhist sutta from Anguttara Nikaya, that not even a couple addressed the Buddha this way, but also the Buddha granted, approved, yes, it is possible. And they are not even a normal couple, they are a Sotapanna couple. Even a Sotapanna couple wanted to be reborn together. What about these normal, unenlightened couples? So that means there's a very interesting relationship level that a Buddhist couple can go. A very interesting level. It's not just about the calm, sensual pleasures. Yes, they are part of it, but it is more than the sensual pleasures. But that inseparable unity between the two is more important in the spiritual development. That's why the Buddha approved this. All right, let's go a little bit faster. And then what happened? The Buddha said, yes, I understand. Akang cheyun chagahapatayo. If you are wishing to be reborn like this, ubo jani patiyo ditte cheva dhamme anyamanyan situm, abhisamparayan anyamanyan situm, ubhova asus samasaddha. Then the Buddha said, yes, if you want to be reborn together, you must have samasaddha, samasila, samachaga, not saddha. Very interesting. Not only sila, not only chaga, not only pan. Normally, Satta, Sila, Chaga, Panya must be developed by everybody. The Buddha said, everybody must develop this. But if you are a couple, if you want to be reborn together, your Saddha has to be Sama Saddha, S-A-M. Your Sila has to be Sama Sila. Your Chaga has to be Sama Chaga. Your Panya has to be Sama Panya. Equal. Because if there is a lady who is saying, I want to be reborn with another man, both of them must have developed these qualities. Just because you want to be reborn, it won't happen. I think in a way, this is a very interesting teaching. And then what happened? Te ditte cheva dhamme. So it is always going to be samasaddha, samasila. Sama means equal. Equal trust, equal discipline, equal generosity, equal wisdom. Then it is going to be possible. Then the three stanzas which we discussed as the benefits of not cheating on each other. All right, so this is the sutta called Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta. All right, any questions about the Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta during the whole discussions? At the same time, today we discuss about three stanzas. You can come up and then ask the questions. Mike.
Bhante,
Yes.
based on the four quality, one of the qualities is on ego trust. So what's your advice, especially for young married couples? There are cases they actually ask me also. They say ego trust and they say on their bank account. If both of them are so-called working, so should they so-called be able to get access to the other partner's bank account on the finances? Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah, very interesting question. All right. Well, there is no mention that under this summer Saddha that both have to share all their private information at the same time, right? But what I understand is that a lot of couples, they have joint accounts, right? Mutual accounts, joint accounts. So that is a good thing if they really want to start that way. But if you are talking this from a Western perspective, they would not like to do it because their marriages are a little bit different. The way how they are operating, anytime they can go away. Even in the East, this can happen. But normally, we Asians, we are not doing that kind of a very speedy, hasty decision. So we cannot say that they must share their bank accounts, right? But I think if the both couple, they are really valuing their relationship, they really want to go a long way in their relationship, I think they will discuss these things. They will be very transparent on every activity that they are doing. That is my understanding. The transparency is more. Now, don't go to the bank account. What about the phone? Are they willing to share their phone? Give the phone. I think we know that young couples, they are not happy when the other person gonna check their phones, right? Phone has a lot of things, maybe good things, maybe things that other person should not see them. But if you are trusting very much, the other person doesn't need to check their phones. I trust you. I don't have to check your phone. I don't have to. I don't have to go and do check everything what you are doing because I have a huge trust about you. But don't ruin this trust. So the answer to the question is, I personally understand, believe that if a couple is really going to go on a long journey in this way, I think that they will be willing to do that. It is not even a question. Right? They will. It's not going to be a question. I think. But there are certain cases where they are not happy to do it. We have to talk about them also. So that is their right, that is their choice. Maybe they have gone through some issues in their life. Maybe they have not yet trusted the man or the woman at that point, right? Maybe they are still new to this thing, right? So, but we cannot say that everything must be shared that way, especially the bank accounts. But I believe that when things are going really well, that they are really planning their life really well, they will be transparent at that point. That is what we can understand. But according to Samasaddha means that they have minimum to no insecurities. Now, brother, as you mentioned, let's say there is one who is not sharing what they are doing. I think then there is a huge insecurity because this person might be depending on the other person, on the daily expenses, on the monthly expenses, the bills and everything, utility bills, everything. You are not sharing anything equally, and I don't know how much you make it. I think it can be a problem, right? I think you were talking about a properly married couple now, because as far as I understand, uh, there are different types of couples living in the world: partners living together, boyfriend, girlfriend, married couple. So the way how they are sharing could be depending on their relationship level, too. I think. So what I understand is, in order for them to practice, I think they will be transparent. But if there are certain situations where one person is not willing to do that, don't take it as an offense. Maybe she or he had some issues in his or her past, and behave accordingly. Because you also made a choice to be with her, with him, right? So that is how we have to look at it. Does it make sense? Yeah, it depends. But I understand if it is a very good relationship, things will be very transparent. There's nothing going to be hanky and panky. Very transparent. All right, other questions? Now, in Nakula Mata, Nakula Pita's story, what we understand is the house was co-owned by the both. That's interesting. Huh? The house was bought by both of them. That's why both are said Gahapati, Gahapatani, right? Gahapati and Gahapata. Nowadays, because of the divorce cases, right? Because of these modern conditions, people are not willing to go for a marriage in some countries. Because if something happens like that, they have to share all the things, right? So they are modern conditions. We have to look at them as different contemporary issues. But we are talking from a very high spiritual format about a relationship. I think if the both people are really good in practicing these four, that is really going to cross all those modern conditions. All right, any more questions? You can take a couple minutes actually about this sutta. Anything that you did not understand in this sutta? You have another question. Okay, go ahead.
Since there is no question from the floor, I got one more question. Bhante, you mentioned that the so-called, if they're Sotapanna, I mean, especially if they fulfill the four qualities, I mean, they can actually be reborn together. So
if they wish to,
so,
they have to wish,
yeah,
make the wish. Yeah.
if they wish, right? So if they are reborn, let's say in the next life together, right? Would they be able to recall so-called some of their past life to connect when they're born? I mean, so-called in the next life. Thank you, Bhante.
Whether can they recall? Can they recall their past?
Let's say if they are reborn in the next life, right? Would they have so-called like some memories or like things that they when they meet, right? They know, oh, so-called they met in the past life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Like the soulmate feeling, nowadays. Actually, yes, they can. They can, but like I think we have to look at it in two ways. One way is that even in today's world, there are people when they are so much together, they can have a sort of feeling maybe we must have been together in a previous life. This is kind of a off kind of a thought, but this couple is a Sotapanna couple. That means when they are reborn in the next life, let's say they are reborn in the human world, again, they can practice jhanas very fast. First, second, third, fourth jhanas. By practicing jhanas, there is a certain knowledge that they can get. What is it called? It is called Cheto Pariyaya. No, they can sometimes think about previous lives where they were. They can. But they are not able to understand everything. But they have a certain understanding that they were together. More than a certain couple can feel that we must have been together because we are so close together. So it is possible. Yes, there was one sister. Yeah, your question. Yeah, someone in the back. Yes.
Good afternoon or good evening, Bhante. Yeah, so I would like to ask is about the four qualities that a couple should actually practice. So let's say if throughout the relationship the trust has been broken, so how does the couple actually has to rebuild back the equal trust? Yeah, thank you.
Interesting. Well, I mean, we couples are humans. I hope that till they come to the right platform of their life, things can happen. So how to mend the problem? Now there's someone. Let's say, as you said, I don't know how it was broken, but you still love to be with that person. That person also loves to be with you or somebody. At that point, they have to have a deep conversation about what happened and how, and reassure that this is not going to happen again. Like reassure, promise this won't happen again. We're going to rekindle and then make sure our relationship from this point onwards. And then the other person is going to trust this person at that point. But if you think that things are not going to be mended, then you have a choice. But if you can make a deep conversation with that person, and then that person is going to acknowledge what happened and going to say that this is going to happen again, and you are feeling secure about the situation. Yes, and then you are discussing about these 4 qualities. We have to work on these 4. We should not fall apart on these 4 qualities. And with that assurance, then Sama Saddha can be practiced again. Equal trust, it is possible. What I suggest is even at the point of boyfriend, girlfriend, like minimum level of the relationship, these things have to be brought to the relationship, not after the marriage. Now, it's not sadly speaking. Things have come a long way already. Now, it might be difficult for you to think about it in a different way. But at that point, better to bring these 4 qualities: equal, trust, discipline, generosity, and wisdom, so that you can work on from that early time. Both of them understand. All right. Any more questions? We'll take 1 more minute. Otherwise, we're going to have to transfer the merits. Yes.
Good evening, Bhante.
Evening.
Yes, I would like to know what if a couple, they have equal trust, equal discipline, equal generosity, but they have equal delusion instead of wisdom.
What do you mean by delusion? Yeah.
That means they do not have wisdom.
Yeah.
Instead of wisdom, they are deluded. Equal delusion.
No, I mean, what do you mean by they are deluded? Because different people interpret wisdom differently. But we talk about the wisdom here 1 week ago. Yeah. What do you mean by they are deluded?
Maybe they don't believe in the Dharma.
I think they believe in Dhamma already because they have Samasaddha, Samasila, Samachaka. How do we say that they are not having wisdom? You are asking a probability, yeah, isn't it? Kind of a probability. Can they fall away with the wisdom? Okay, I can answer that question. All right. Normally, if a couple has Samasaddha, Samasila, Samajaga, wisdom is complementary. It is not a new thing for them because of the wisdom they are starting this practice. Yes, but sometimes they are not doing enough for the wisdom. I accept that. That can happen. They are not doing enough for that. We discussed what is wisdom for a lay person. Can you remember? We discussed under the Paṭhamasamajīvī. Remember? In a previous sutta. The Buddha said wisdom to a lay person is not having greed, abhijja, visamalobha, not having greed about what you have, what other people have. I think a good couple should understand. They enjoy their life, but they should not have greed on what they have and what other people have. So then they are wise at the first level. Second level, they don't have any, both of them don't have any destructive thoughts about other people. They both are very calm, respecting other lives kind of people. So they have the second level of the wisdom too. Both of them are not lazy in their spiritual practice. No Tina, no me. Working on it. Not to become enlightened. Maybe not to become enlightened, but they are practicing their own meditation. They are doing their dharana practice. They are helping other people. They are having their own sila. So they are doing something on that. And then they have not a lot of regrets about their life and they are rest free. They are resting enough in sleep, in their activities. They are concerned about their body image awareness, fitness, and everything. Finally, They have no doubts about things. Vichikicha, they are questioning, they are like you are coming here to ask questions from me, yeah? Dhamma discussion. If you have a question, you don't think that you stay home and find out the answers. You want to directly ask the question, write down. This is trying to dispel the vichikicha. So if the couple has these five, they are not having these five, then they are wise. They are naturally wise at that. They have the four qualities. So that's how we have to understand. Normally, they can't be unwise if they have the first three. No, it won't happen. But I know that they have to work on these four every day, every moment. So continuous practice, right? All right, I think we almost have come to the time. I want to share with you the next sutta. Next sutta is also very interesting. Alavaka Sutta. It's about a yakka. One yakka, how he met the yakka. You can see that sutta in the chanting book too. This is the sutta we're going to be discussing from next week. Alavaka Sutta. We'll be sharing with you the text and translation, and we'll see how things go. Now we are going to transfer all the good karmas. May all the good karmas we be making throughout the whole time of Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta be transferred to all the departed ones. Passed away in the name of God. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hūtu sukhitā hūtu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hūtu sukhitā hūtu ñātayo. Idam me ñātīnaṁ hūtu sukhitā hūtu ñātayo. At the same time, may Deva Naga Mahindika also share all these good karmas. May they be well and happy. And may they protect and bless all of us for good health, quality of life, prosperity, and safety. May they bless us for our Dhamma journeys in particular. Finally, may Deva Naga Mahindika also attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavatāc ammihi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatāc ammihi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavatāc ammihi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe sattva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Prasasanang. Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Prasasanang. Akasattha Chibummattha Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakhantu Tumang Paranti Chirang Rakhan Tumang Sadati. Also, at the end of all good karmas, we are making a great wish. Our great wish is, may we be able to be in the company of Kalyana Mittras till we attain Nibbana. Imina Punya Kamine Mami Bala Samagamu Satang Samagamu Yavanibbana Kantya. Finally, may all the good karmas we be making today and throughout the whole Sutta discussion series of Paṭhamasamajīvī Sutta be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivādana sīrisa niccam vaddhā pacāino cattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukham balang. Ayurarogya sampatti, Sagga sampatti mevacha, Apu nibbana sampatti, Iminate samicchato, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With that wish, our Sutta discussion for today is over. Wishing you a good night, safe driving back home. Good night as well.